What's going on, you guys? It's your huggable hipster here. Let's talk about NFTs in gaming. This is going to be a very interesting video because I normally try to stay away, far away from things that I know are going to cause me a chaotic mess down the comment section below. But with NFTs in gaming, I feel like it's very important to discuss this because, you know, it's in the gaming culture. This is the area that I have my job in, so I kind of have to talk about it. I mean, I don't have to. That's a lie. I want to trigger people intellectually. I just want to actually put it out there. I'm not for NFTs. I think it releases big carbon emissions and really scams artists out of their work. So really not a fan of all of that. But let's get into discussing the basis of why NFTs could potentially be something good if they had stuck to their mission statement. So I read the good, the bad, the ugly of NFTs. I swear I'm swimming up to my eyeballs on NFTs right now. It's so interesting because whenever people talk about good parts of NFTs, they're all in it. But whenever people talk about bad parts of NFTs, they're all in it. There's no happy medium that has constructive critique on NFTs, apparently. It's all just either it's really good or it's really bad, and that's what I've noticed from doing my research. So I'm going to try to be that middle ground of where we can see where it's going, but it's just not there yet. So it states here in one of the articles that I found of what are NFTs. NFTs are non-fungible tokens. They're basically supposed to be unique identifiers for a digital asset, a kind of a uncompromised digital record, if you will. And the article states they're not in fact anything like this, but it's what they claim to be, because there's all sorts of things that you can actually do to claim that digital asset of where it's not unique anymore. It's just copy and paste it into your clipboard. Now, it continues on to state in this article, which I found very interesting, that as such, the main uses for them, the NFTs, so far has to make digital art scarce by making one copy the original copy, allowing it to be sold like a traditional artwork and would be at a far higher price, like normal than digital artwork, which is what happened with, I think, Beeple, where he sold his NFT for a staggering $69 million. Wow. Now, you're probably asking me, Ariel, what does anything of what you just said have to do with cryptocurrency or NFTs or anything like that? Well, I'm in it, Sparky. I'm getting there. Now, you could make the argument if you really want to stretch it and have done no bit of research whatsoever that Steam has cryptocurrency because they have trading cards there, and you just see trading cards and you're like, oh my god, is that an NFT? No, it's not, because it doesn't have a unique identifier. And I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that the money that you get just goes into your Steam wallet and you can buy games with that. It even states here in the article that I procured that NFTs have changed gameplay. For example, Loot allows users to freely mint items in a virtual game. Although the company allowed free minting to the first 7,777 users, the limited loot bags were later resold for more than $40,000. Creators also have utilized NFTs to change game development and payment. Axie Infinity developed Pokemon on the blockchain by utilizing NFTs to have players develop characters, win battles, and then later sell their earnings in crypto exchange for real income. So, you know, I find the whole idea of NFTs kind of sketchy, and there are people who I respect in this industry who absolutely love the usage of NFTs, and that's okay. They've done their research. They're logical human beings who can make up their own damn minds and opinions, and that's fine. But I want to continue on with a very important point about Steam, because it states here that after first launching in 2003, Steam ended 2020 with 120 million active daily players, more than 60 million daily players, and huge audiences in the United States and China. It's estimated that Steam holds 75% of the market share for PC games, demonstrating the outsized dominance of the video game industry. Steam is massive, bigger than GOG, bigger than a lot of platforms that sell video games. Keep this in mind. Ultimately, Steam bans the use of cryptocurrencies and NFTs on its platform. In new platform guidelines released on October 15th of 2021, Steam stated that users cannot publish applications built on blockchain technology that issues or allows the exchange of cryptocurrencies or NFTs. I feel like this was a very smart move. It's my opinion. Very smart move on the CEO's part, because you don't want your company to get involved with things that don't make your company what it was anymore. Let me say this again. You don't want your company to become something other than what it originally was, or else it loses the mission statement. There, I cleaned it up a little bit for you. You don't want the company to lose itself. in the hype of everything that is going on in our current ecosystem, in our current in our current societal changes. There are different fads and there are different trends that go on throughout time, and I feel like NFT is a fad that is going to die out within the next, I think, few years, if not applied in the correct way. If applied in the correct way, and this is where I'm going to play devil's advocate for a moment, if applied in the correct way, I feel like NFTs could hold a viable place in the new tech ecosystem that we are seeing, because we see new kinds of tech happening all the time. We see Apple coming out with different kinds of things. We see Microsoft coming out with different kinds of things. What would make NFTs any less different from a viable piece of tech? But if done and utilized in the correct way, that's my biggest thing. If it didn't have so much carbon emissions, if it didn't steal from artists, it weren't such a scam, then yeah, cool, you can use that. That's something that could be viable. But unfortunately, it relies on blockchains. It relies on the fact that it takes so many artists' works that they've just worked so hard on, and it relies on having a massive carbon footprint. So those are my main issues with it. It's just interesting to me that the gaming industry is going to be utilizing these. I'm glad that a lot of people are sticking to their guns and saying, no, we're not going to allow these kinds of cryptocurrencies on our website. There's also fraud and liability scams concerning NFTs in the gaming industry that have been running rapid. It states here that NFTs have been used to scam people in the past, and was the case with the Evolved Apes debacle. Evolved Apes allowed NFT owners to battle one another in fighting competitions and were available for purchase on NFT marketplaces, OpenSea, which is the most popular place to get and procure NFTs. 1 week after Evolved Apes went live, the head of the project disappeared, taking 798 Ether, approximately $2.7 million with him. So there's a lot. There's a lot to do with scams. There's a lot that can be good with NFTs. There's a very big mixture here of where there's a lot of bad, there's a lot of good, there's a lot of possibilities that you can have with NFTs that can be proven useful in the tech space. But until we see and artists not being scammed and not having their artwork taken, I'm afraid that it's not going to really change anytime soon. So those are my thoughts on it. I hope you guys got some information out of this video, and if you guys like my face and what I do, please be sure to subscribe and hit the bell down below, because I make videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And as usual, stay casually nerdy. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye, you guys.